O Diyos aming Ama, ang lahat ng nilalang ay marapat na sumamba sa iyo. Higit sa iyong mga biyaya, sinasamba ka namin dahil ikaw ay ikaw. Lumalapit kami sa iyo, dakilang tagapaglikha, nagsusumamo at humihingi ng kapatawaran. Kami ay nagkulang at nagkasala. Patawarin mo kami sa katigasan ng aming mga puso. Turuan mo kami at dalhin sa inyong kalooban. Tingnan mo kami ng may awa at kahabagan. Hilumin mo po ang aming bayan, ang aming mga mahal sa buhay, kaibigan, kapitbahay, karatig bayan, ganun din ang aming mga kaaway sa pandemyang kinahaharap namin sa COVID-19. Isama niyo na rin ang mga may sakit sa iba't ibang karamdaman. Panginoon, balutin mo kami ng inyong kaluwalhatian. Itago mo kami sa lilim ng inyong mga pakpak laban sa anumang kapahamakan o wala sa oras na kamatayan. Kristo, ang tinapay ng buhay, alalahanin niyo po ang mga namumuno sa aming bansa, ang mga ilaw at haligi ng bawat tahanan, at mga kawani na nagtatanggol sa aming seguridad at mga frontliners. Batid mo, Panginoon, ang mga dinaraanan at bawat ganap sa aming buhay. Espiritong Banal, aming tanggulan at gabay, imulat ang aming mga mata at ipakita si Jesus ang Panginoon at tagapagligtas, ang nag-iisang katotohanan at tanging daan tungo sa Ama. Wala nang iba. Purihin ka, O aming Diyos. Ang presensya mo ay tunay na biyaya ng aming buhay. Ito ang aming samot panalangin sa pangalan ni Jesus, Kordero ng Diyos na nag-aalis ng kasalanan ng mundo. Amen.
Reaching out to Filipinos worldwide, the now of digital entertainment with studios in Manila, Bacolod, Hong Kong, and Los Angeles, California. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. Samahan na natin si Kate Constantino para magbigay ng estadong lakas sa mga kababaihan, ang inyong kakampi, handang makinig, handang magbigay tulong at gabay sa mga suliranin ng ating migrant Filipinas. Ito ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ayan. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all our viewers, to all empowered women and soon to be empowered. Nako, I'm very excited. Ito pong ating final episode of Empowered Women Global. We have 3 guests. Kaya I'm very excited with all different generation just for you to share and inspire you during this time. Especially, nako, I hope you are staying safe. I know mataas po ang mga kaso ng ating COVID case, but I know please don't forget to pray and keep safe. Lahat po ng mga kailangan natin gawin, to mga precaution to avoid na magkaroon, di ba? Please, please, please. Wag na po tayong dumadag, no? So, without further ado, I would like to start with our first guest kasi nga, tatlo yung guest natin and I want to be able to give them time to share their experience and inspire you. So, ang ating first guest, she's from Davao. And she's an owner of the big house in Davao, but now she's in Parañaque. So I'm very happy na hopefully magkita kami while she's here. So without further ado, let me call on my first guest, Miss Lizabeth Lu Rodel. Hi, Tita.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here and for accepting my invitation. I know you have a lot. You're very busy despite of, di ba? Business is good. Business is
Yes.
doing good, but now you're in Parañaque. And I've heard you're expecting your first apo. Very
First
exciting.
grandchild, my first granddaughter.
Yeah, granddaughter. Exciting.
Yeah, I'm so
Tita,
excited.
Oh, baka gusto niyo po muna bumati. Sabi niyo, you have some friends in the US who's watching. Hello po, how are you?
Yes, they shared your ad, so I know they're
Oh.
watching. Hi to everyone who knows me. Hello.
Thank you so much for sharing this live. Nako, maraming salamat. And sana po ay makapagbigay po kami ng mga value and insight na makakatulong po sa inyo during the pandemic. No? So, Tita, let's begin. During our introductory call, you have shared something that is really inspired me as well. Ako myself, kasi yung pinagdaanan nyo is not something na talagang lahat ng tao will be able to, to overcome, to surpass. Ayan, nasa na si Tita? Ayan, Tita? Hello, Miguel? Oh, maybe kailangan mag-sign in ulit si Tita. Okay. Yan. Anyways, so it's amazing story na meron talaga si Tita. That's the reason why I asked her to be with us. Sometimes po kasi merong bago pa mag-pandemic, may mga tao na may pinagdadaanan na that they are going through something already na mabigat na tapos dumating pa yung pandemic, no? And it's minsan para sa atin sobra na. Parang napakabigat naman na at the end of it, what we do is we give up, no? Ayan si Tita. Yon. So I was telling them, sometimes, Tita, di ba, may mga ibang tao na may pinagdadaanan na during bago pa mag-pandemic. And another heavy challenge in their life is something na sometimes na we give up. No, we easily give up. We can't handle it. And that's why I am sharing your story. And so, yon, Tita. So, can you give us a brief background of your life before the pandemic? Kung anong challenge ang pinagdadaanan mo?
Yeah. About 3 years ago, my husband passed away. And I thought, okay, move on to Davao. I'm going to really focus on the big house. The big house is our ancestral home. I was born and raised there. All of us siblings. It was built in 1952. However, about 2 years ago, 1 year after my husband died, I found out that I had squamous cell carcinoma. That's cancer of the throat. And I thought it would just go away. Alam mo naman tayo, di ba? If we think that it's not there, we try to convince ourselves that it's not there. But when I finally went to the doctor, one doctor told me it's stage 3, the other one said it's stage 4. So I had to go through all the chemo, the radiation, And then that was in December, March, COVID hit. So COVID came. Our first month was okay because, we have a lot of BPOs and they used our hotel to house their employees. So that was good. That was in March. But April, May, June, July, August, September, and October, business was so bad. The big hotels closed, like Marco Polo and the bigger hotels in Davao. Even here in Manila, they closed. You cannot sustain a hotel if you have no tourists.
Yeah.
But we made that hard decision that we were going to open it because the three of us partners, my sister did it in Ningning, we decided we're going to be all right, but our employees won't. So we decided to open it, to keep it open, even if we're operating at a loss. Remember, we're fine, but they have families to feed, children to raise. And so we kept it open. But then something really nice happened. We first we chanced upon it, and then we cultivated it. You know, we have a big patio and a garden, and this is perfect venue for weddings and birthdays and whatnot because it's open, and that's what you need if in a pandemic. You cannot be in closed doors, right? So they started coming. You know, other people have this cost of acquisition, they call it, for their guests. So you pay for advertisement. Okay.
Yeah.
So for example, your cost of acquisition is 100 pesos and you target 1,000 people. So you spend 1,000,000 pesos. That's what Jollibee does. And they hope when people come, they will spend more than 100 pesos.
Yeah.
In my case, we are so small, but we still had to incur that cost of acquisition. So instead of going the regular route that you advertise and hopefully customers would come in, we decided to target. So our cost of acquisition has to be targeted. So we befriended wedding planners, the photographers, the makeup artists, you know, those who have contacts with weddings. And you know, it turned out for every cost that you have, the small cost, the return of your investment is so high. So we started to have weddings November, December, January, February, and now we're into our March. We have weddings or parties every week.
Wow,
So we were
diba?
able to almost recoup, not yet there, but almost what we lost during the 8 months that we, kept it open. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I always tell our employees, we are all hybrid here. We can cook, we can clean house, we can wash dishes, we can serve tables, we can be the managers. I do everything like my employees. So we're all hybrid. Another thing is I we constantly have this powwow every Monday, and I always remind them, don't look at this as a job. Look at this as a career. There's two things. You either look at what you're doing as a job, so you do things and then you go home and that's it, or a career when you put your heart in it. There's a big difference because when you treat something as a career, you go an extra mile.
Yeah.
I used to live in the big house, but now I moved 5 minutes away. But I would still go to the big house even at midnight if I know something was going on.
Oh.
I want our employees to see that I treat this as not just a job, not just a business, but something that you reach out for, you want to help them. There's a lot of challenges when you have a wedding.
Oh,
We,
talaga, I do. I
wow.
can imagine ang mga last minute unexpected mga
I'll
problems,
give you
no?
one classic example. There's a wedding. It was supposed to be at 10 o'clock in the morning. So they got in touch with the makeup artist. They had a pre-makeup. Is that it? They try on your makeup. And so this was so this was a themed wedding, like Diana Ross in the 50s or the 60s, So it was a themed wedding. They had big hairs and serpentina clothes. Fantastic. Okay, so they were checked in the day before. And then at 12 o'clock midnight is their call time, usually like that. 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
2 o'clock, so they were having coffee. And they were saying, I wonder where the makeup artist is. He's not yet here. And then 3, 4, 5, at 6 o'clock in the morning, everybody was panicking. There was no makeup artist. The
Okay.
bride, my employees already woke me up, and the bride was having a ball. She was crying, daddy, what do you do?
Uh-huh.
These are things that everybody has to help. Everyone, use all your connection, call everyone that just so she will have a nice wedding.
Mhm.
Well, she finally did. The coordinator finally found someone, but the makeup artist was only able to put on the makeup for the bride. All the rest will have to do their own, but that's
Mhm.
okay. So there's a lot of, really, really a lot of things happening when you plan weddings.
Alam mo, tita, I was kind of talagang surprised how strong you are. Kasi for some people, if they have experienced what you've experienced, cancer, stage 4, you didn't even really drawn like prolong the conversation, because some people they stay in the past. That's why it's very hard for them to move on. Of course, yeah, that's one thing, but for you, stage 4 is really serious, but hindi mo man lang ininda yung pinagdaanan mo and what you concentrate
I'm
on.
telling you, it's hard. When you go through chemo and you go to radiation, it sucks. They
Yeah,
try to burn you, and they try to, I felt like they were trying to kill me. But
yeah.
there were a lot of people who also loved me. I got CBD and THE. You know that?
No. CBD.
Marijuana, the
Oh, okay. Mm-mm.
oil. So I got cannabis oil. I was spoiled. I got it from the States, from South Africa, from Europe. So I had my supply. So it kept me
Mhm.
calm, kept me, um, happy.
And because of that, you were able to plan, or you will nag-take risk ka pa dun sa business. You were able to take
Oh
risk,
yeah.
and
Oh
you
yeah.
were thinking of your employees who has a family that nakailangan yung matulungan because they've been loyal and helpful, di ba?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
um,
Absolutely.
yeah, alam niyo po, si Tita, I met her at Connected Women, one of the women's group. So when I spoke to her first time, I was amazed as well. Alam niyo po, she is also a contractor. As
You
a
know,
woman
going
contractor,
on, and then I got sick. It's horrible. You
it
know,
is.
I had this 20 unit apartment. I was constructing, and then I got sick. Can you imagine?
With all
How
the
can you
stress,
finish the
yeah,
project when you're in bed? I couldn't
yeah,
even get up.
yeah. So it's
Yeah,
really
that's
hard to be a
challenging.
contractor. Kaya nga sabi ko, you are really an empowered woman. I mean, through your actually through all the challenges that you have been through, that makes you, or that empowers you even more, diba?
Actually,
So
um,
yeah,
those challenges in our lives actually makes us better persons,
yeah,
stronger. It
I
actually brings
strongly
out the
agree.
best in all of us.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
yeah, if I didn't go through all these challenges in my life, I wouldn't be the woman that I am now.
That's
My
what I
husband, my late husband, had a stroke when he was 40 years old, and I was 38. I had
yeah.
5 children, and they were all in Assumption and LaSalle. By the way, your third speaker, Miss Diaz, is the batchmate of my daughter's giving birth.
Wow,
So
talaga.
they're also from Assumption. So, you know, wow, I didn't know what to do. I had 5 kids. My dad had already passed at the time. So money was tight. And I
Mhm.
didn't know how to shift my children from Assumption to, let's say, a cheaper school. I didn't want to do that. I had to
Mhm.
do something.
Yeah,
That experience alone brought out the best in me.
I
I
know.
learned to cook. I mean, better. I learned to wake up in the morning and do something really productive. And
Yeah.
then I was given the opportunity to run the British School Refectory.
Yeah, you
Did
mentioned.
your daughter go
Oh,
to the British School?
that's hard work as well because you
That's
have to
hard.
wake up
Oh yeah,
early in the morning and then
you
you
have to be
prepare
in
all
the
the
butcher at 6 o'clock.
Mm.
That's very
And
hard. It's very
your husband,
challenging.
Nikita, died in an accident or was he sick?
He was sick. He was very sick. He had a stroke when he was 40. He died when he was 60. So that's 20
Mm,
years.
okay.
He had a stroke. He had a diabetic stroke. He had a heart attack. He was on dialysis 3 times a week. Not to mention the asthma, couldn't breathe, pneumonia, etc. But
Yeah.
it's okay. Like I said, it brought out the best in me. I wouldn't be what I am now if nothing
I
that
love that,
just
I love that quote or phrase that you said. I mean, if people would think that way, that whatever you are going through, it will bring out the best in you. As long
correct.
as you try your best to be able to survive these challenges that you are going
Yeah.
through. Because it will.
I
You will be
yes,
a better person.
correct.
So, yeah,
I
and
read somewhere. I read somewhere when they said that don't waste these challenges because
yeah,
they're there for a purpose.
I believe.
God is not a killjoy that He just wants to make you suffer. He loves me
Yes,
so much that I have to go through that because He wants to bring out the best in me.
yeah,
Now
to
I'm
be
happy.
stronger. Yeah,
Even even the big house, I was talking to my sister and I was telling her, you know what? I'm so happy that we kept it open. I'm
yeah.
so happy that now we can say that we're doing all right.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you go to Davao and you see hotels and restaurants. Every other hotel or restaurant is closed, and I'm
Hmm.
thriving by God's grace.
Yeah. Very
They say that
blessed.
we're thriving because the gracious hand of God is upon me.
I
Oh, nice, no?
really believe that because you genuinely care for other people than yourself. It's not giving parang self love. You're disregarding self love. No, it's just you know that you are blessed. And you wanted to share that blessing despite of you being sick. You see it having that problem will bring out the best in you, and that's what happened. You didn't give up. You stayed open despite of kasi yung minsan yung iba kasi naman bakit ko nga ba ginawa yan, bakit ko ba ginawa yung ganito, diba?
Could I?
Negative sisi.
But Kate, I'll tell you something. There were really times when I wanted to give up. I didn't see the point. I my kids are grown. I didn't have grandchildren. Nobody on my side was married. And I figured if I died today, they'd just go on with their lives. And then I
Mhm.
realized how selfish of me. They just lost their dad and then they're gonna lose me because I gave up. That's
Mhm.
so selfish. So I decided, okay, come on, let's go through this. What do I need to do?
Yeah, it was given
Hard.
to me for a purpose, 'di ba? You wouldn't be able to
Yep.
inspire us, 'di ba? Here at Empowered Women to reach more people, to know your story and be inspired, 'di ba? So
Yes.
Tita, would you what advice can you give to people who is going through a lot of challenges? Parang patong-patong siya. Meron sa business, at the same time, meron pa sa relationship, meron pa sa
Yes.
personal. So, what
Love
advice
comes
can you
from.
give them? Yan.
You know what I did when my husband first had a stroke? I needed to make money ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
The kids had to eat, they
Focus.
had to go to school. I didn't have money. How was it?
Mm-hmm.
I sat down and I wrote, what's my strength? What's my asset? What's
Yeah.
maybe you think your only asset is money. No. your biggest asset is yourself.
Yes.
So what can I do? At that time, Kate, ang alam ko lang noon, magpaganda. Because that's what I signed up for, I was a PTA mom in Assumption. That was what I signed up for. My fiance at the time, my husband, asked me, what do you want to do when we get married? I said, I want to stay home and take care of the kids. And that's what I did. I just stayed home, take care of the kids. I went to the parlor every week. I made sure that I looked good. But when he had a stroke and the money was gone and we were gonna lose our house, oh gosh, it was a terrible time.
Yeah.
What is my biggest asset? Me. All of
Yeah.
us, we are our biggest resource. You know, I I took up hotel and restaurant management, but I never used it.
Mhm.
That time I really sat down, okay, I'm going to use this. What did I learn in school? And eventually I went back to culinary school. It's not as if I didn't do anything. I went back to school.
Mhm.
I went back to Global Academy. My professor, my chef, my teacher was telling me, Liz, why do you want to study again? I mean, you probably know more than us. I said, I need your certificate. People don't believe me. They don't believe I'm a chef. They think I'm just this cute girl. So I had to go back to school. I had to hone my talent and then work, really work.
Yeah.
And you know what? I love what I'm doing.
That's very important, actually,
Yes.
to be
They say
able
that if
to.
you like what you're doing, you never have to work in your life. Like
Yeah.
me. So
Mga
me,
thinking
when
namin, alam niyo po, iisa. Di ba? Yung aming vibes is really strong with Tita. I feel that. Kasi all of your belief, I believe it, 100%. All the
yes,
challenges, it brings out the best in you. There's always a purpose why. It's not just for you to have this, parang pahirapan kayo ni Lord. Never niya
but you
gagawin
know,
yun
Kate,
sa inyo.
you know,
Di ba?
Kate, meron din talaga mga taong tumulong sa akin. It's
Yeah.
not as if I didn't get help. I had two sisters who helped me start it all. So I have this painting in my house. I had someone paint it. Uh, Actually, I copied it from someone. The writer of Roots, that black guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
it's a painting of a turtle on top of a lamppost overlooking the meadow. You know, and I would consider myself that turtle because without anybody putting me on top of that lamppost, I would never have gotten there. I will
Yeah.
never be where I am today if
Mhm.
somebody didn't put me here.
Yeah.
Someone,
But sometimes,
whether
Tita, people are,
hmm,
may tumutulong na sa kanila. But the
meron
problem
talaga.
is you don't do your part to be able to, di ba? Para mag-survive. I mean, you're so lucky that you meron nakatulong, but then if you don't have the strength to use that whatever help na binigay sa iyo, it won't work still. Di ba? You
You know,
won't.
after my kids have graduated, I decided to send some people to school, to college. And I always tell them, I'm not asking anything from you. I want you to graduate. When you graduate, you're going to work in an office and the trajectory of your life will change drastically. You'll no
Yeah.
longer be um, living in the squatters area. Your dad doesn't have to be a tricycle driver. You can help.
Mhm.
But if you don't use the resources that I'm giving you, and some of them didn't, they go to school and then they get pregnant and then they stop school. So that's it.
That's it.
If you don't use the resources given to you, nothing will happen.
It's
I
useless.
believe that, yeah, when I was helped by my siblings, my sisters especially, um, I had to prove to them that I was worth saving, as I was worth
Yeah.
helping.
Mhm.
That the money that they invested in me was worth it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, Like one of my scholars, I told her, I lost 80,000 with you for tuition. I'm going to recover that. But the sad part is you won't.
Yeah.
She didn't take care of the resources that I gave her. She got
Yeah.
herself pregnant, stopped schooling. I can only help so much.
Correct. We can only help so much, but if
Yes,
they
we can
don't
only
help
help.
themselves, it's
Correct.
a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame talaga. Kasi there's a lot of people who wants to help, but the problem is nakakapagod din. If you see
Alam
the
mo,
people
Kate,
you are
there's a
helping,
lot of people. When
yeah.
Ria graduated, my eldest, she went to Japan, studied computer animation for games. It was on a
Wow.
scholarship. The Japanese government helped her. Um,
Wow.
Pat Pat is on scholarship. He's now in Japan. He's taking up his master's scholarship. Maita, Maita, of course.
Yeah.
She's studying
My
her master's as well. She's on scholarship. You know,
God. Mm. Very, talaga nasa
there,
sarili lang talaga natin yan.
correct. There's a
Always.
lot of people who are willing to help. Use it. Use them. Take advantage of it.
Mhm.
But you have to work. You have to study. You have to have a focus.
I
Every
agree.
morning when I'm in Davao, every morning I wake up excited. I have a resolve. What am I gonna do today? I wonder what God has in store for me today.
Yes,
I
every
really look forward to what God has in store for me that day. I'm excited. I'm
I
happy to be alive. I'm excited I have a job. You know, of
excited
course,
you woke up, diba? Parang, syempre, hindi pa tapos yung purpose eh. You still have no
while
chance
I'm
to,
still here, I still have a purpose. It's
yeah,
isn't it nice? We wake up in the morning, we put on makeup, we try to look nice, we put pearls and this and that, and then we work.
yeah,
Isn't that exciting?
it is exciting.
Hmm?
Yeah, and especially if you're gonna help other people. Parang,
Yes.
diba? It's
And
so, um,
try to see each day what God has in store for you on that day. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a joy. It's gonna be a ride. Every
yeah,
morning I wake up, I ask myself, how exciting! I wonder what God has in store for me today. A new boyfriend, perhaps? You know, sometimes I, you know,
no talaga, he listens, and sometimes, talaga, when you ask help, when you pray for something, sometimes, even for me, I have experience, comedic pa, nakakatawa siya na you are asking for this and he gives you, parang joke na to, Lord, pero I like it, ha? Parang
you
ganun
ask
eh.
for something, and when God gives it to you, you
Yeah.
wonder, really, Lord? Is it true? You're surprised.
Yeah, correct. It's a great mindset what you have, and I hope
Yes.
some
It
a
starts with the
lot of
mind.
people will be able to adopt it, that instead of
Yes.
getting scared of what's going to happen today, be excited, diba? Be excited for what he is going to give you, because anything
Correct.
that's going to happen, you will learn something, diba? You will benefit from
Another thing, Kate, about this pandemic, people cower in the corner because the strain, the new strain, the pandemic, the COVID, the whatnot. They cower, they're afraid all the time. Why am I not afraid? Because I take something,
yeah.
prophylactic medicine, and wait
Mhm.
for my turn to get vaccinated. In the meantime, I do something. I take something.
Take precautions, diba? Especially yung
Not
mga
only take precautions.
it's
If I work in the big house, I have to see people. I'm tactile. I want to touch everything, touch everyone. You know? So how can we do that in this pandemic? I take ivermectin, one capsule every 3 weeks, and that's it until I get vaccinated.
yeah.
So I'm not afraid.
Yeah, yeah.
I
As long
think
as
it's
you take you do your part, diba?
yes.
To take
Hindi
care of
pwede
yourself.
you cower in a corner, or you cry because of this pandemic, or you don't do anything. It's like the business. You can't just open the business and pray that the customers will come in. That's not the way it works. You open the business and you're proactive. Who am I going to target? And when they come in the door, I want to, get to know them, find out why they came, and then they become my friends, and then they come back, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the advantage. Miguel, can we show yung the big house ni Tita, yung Facebook page niya of the big house? One of the best na advantage pa. The big house. And then lumaki si Tita. So it's very nice when you can check out her yung page, the big house, a heritage home. What I love about bed and breakfast is because right now, if you're gonna stay in a bed and breakfast, of course, hindi siya crowded, diba? And what I love is you get to interact with owners like Tita, who's very excited to know you. In normal hotel, you don't really. And the service is personalized as well. Small details, habang nagkakaroon kayo ng conversation, hindi nyo alam, ay, paborito pala nito pag kumain, merong ganito. Diba? You wouldn't really know. So, yan ang mga advantage. And it's safe, it's not crowded. You get to interact with the owner. So, I can't even...
You know how amazing that is? How amazing that is? My two other partners, there's three of us. Okay?
Yeah.
My sister, Ningning, who lives in South Africa, is the one running it because she's the numbers person. She's an accountant.
Yeah.
She has
South Africa.
Yeah.
And she's in South Africa. So, check out her page. So, Tita, as much as gusto ko bang kwentuhan sa'yo and let them be inspired more to your story. Talagang to see, diba? Yung positive energy is there na talagang binabato niya sa inyo. And I hope merong sumalo dahil it's very important to be positive at this time. And thank you so much, Tita, for being part of Empowered Women Global. Talagang this is yung final episode. My guest today, talagang I am very blessed to be able to have time to guest you. So thank you. I'll see you soon, Tita.
Yes,
thank
I'll
you.
do that.
Stay safe.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Tita. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ayan, naku, sana po ay marami kayong natutunan kahit sa akin. I have learned a lot. And I've seen, yung the same thought and the same effect if you have this positive energy, this positive thought, especially yung how you approach yung mga challenges, no? More to come on our second guest. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Magbabalik ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Isang masayang April na naman ang inyong aabangan sa Home Not Alone Season 3 kasama si Papa Gio, Karen Sita, Kelvin Miranda, and Mikey Quintos, Sams David, P6, and Kiray. Kaya mag-ready na sa all-out na kwentuhan, kulitan at kantahan this April sa Home Not Alone Season 3 kasama si Papa Gio. Wednesdays 7 p.m. California time o Thursdays 10 a.m. Philippine time. Dito lang yan syempre sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. In observance of the Holy Week, V81 Radio will be on pause starting Good Friday, April 2 to Black Saturday, April 3. Regular programming will resume on Easter Sunday, April 4. In the meantime, you can still watch your favorite shows on V81 Radio YouTube channel and on V81 Radio Facebook page. Inspirational songs and your favorite Pinoy easy listening music are still available on your V81 Radio mobile app 24 hours a day. Have a blessed and meaningful Lenten season.
B81 Radio, B81 Radio, ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. B81 Radio, B81 Radio, dahil mahal namin kayo. B81 Radio, B81 Radio, para sa inyo ito, B81 Radio. Hi, I'm Robster Evangelista. Pinoy music ba ang hanap mo? Download the V81 Radio app available on the App Store and Google Play. Free now, free forever.
Balikan na natin ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ayan, and we're back to our second guest. So, ang second guest naman, we're on the ni-research ko yung Xennial generation. Yon. So, ang aking guest, kababayan ko to actually. Ako po ay, just a fun fact about me as well, is taga Baliwag, Bulacan po ako. I mean, my dad is from Baliwag, Bulacan, and my mom is from Plaridel, Bulacan. So, purong Bulacania po. And I'm very excited na nagkaroon po ako ng chance to invite ang may kababayan, hindi, ka-probinsya? Hindi rin. Anyways, to share with us yung amazing na nangyari din sa kanila during the pandemic just by helping people. And eventually, ito ay naging business. So without further ado, may we call on ang co-founder ng halamang gamot medicinal plant, ang Ka-herbal, nating si Eyrin Gatmaitan Yalong. Yay!
Hello!
Hi, Eyrin! Kay ganda naman. So, huwag kang kabahan. Pintuhan lang tayo at makapag-share tayo ng nangyari sa inyo. Actually, so, yung Ka-herbal, start na tayo. Ay, bumati ka muna sa ating mga Bulakenyos, di ba? Mga Baliwagen. Meron ganun. Anyway, so hello po sa mga Ka-herbal natin. Siyempre, yung mga nanonood na Ka-herbal. So, Eyrin, ang tatanong ko kasi, di ba, nag-start yan talaga, yung mga Ka-herbal, ay yung mga herbal medicine, medicinal medicine, through, dahil bakit? Yung kwentuhan natin, dahil doon sa nagkakaroon ng pandemic. And una pa, before pa noon, di ba, yung tungkol doon sa maraming baha na nangyayari. So medyo matagal na yun. Hindi, nagkasabay-sabay actually. Mga pangyayari na yan. Yung bagyo, tapos nagkaroon pagputok ng taal, tapos nagkaroon ng pandemya. Oo. And so, your intention, kaya ito nagsimula, yung Ka-herbal na yan, is because of this mga calamities na nangyayari sa atin. So, nag-start kayo sa pag-create. Ano yun? Nag-create kayo ng rub. Ang gusto nyo lang ay makatulong sa mga kakilala nyo. Kasi nga, dahil baha, di ba, kadalasan, ano bang, ang effect nun? Yung masakit yung paa, masakit yung kalamnan, ganun ba yun?
Kasi may natural ingredients siya, like turmeric. Alam naman natin ang turmeric is for inflammation. Samahan mo pa ng Acapulco, which is very, very good sa balat. So, it helps with the healing.
Alam niyo po, one of the things I love with Eyrin, kasi Nung actually how she saw the pandemic as well, like Tita Liz, is naging advantage, 'di ba? Dun sa business that you have. Because hindi nyo inalala yung, ay naku, pandemic, ano nang gagawin natin? You didn't, 'di ba? Anong ginawa? Pa-share naman sa atin sa ating mga audience. How you did it na nagkaroon ng pandemic pero hindi nyo inalala. So what was your thought?
Una kasi you have to accept na may pandemic. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Kasi para ka mag-adjust, para ka mag-adapt, kailangan accept mo muna na COVID is real, pandemic is real. Lahat
Yeah.
tayo apektado. Para
Mhm.
kailangan may option ka what to do next after accepting this. 'Di ba? So pangalawa, take this pandemic as an opportunity. Opportunity to learn, to
Yeah.
earn, and to help others. 'Di ba kasi hindi lang naman tayo ang apektado ng pandemic eh. Maraming tao. So how will you learn and earn and help at the same time?
Yeah.
Pangatlo, dapat siyempre
Posible naman yun, di ba? Posible siya.
posible.
Learn, earn, and
Help.
help others.
Oo. Oo. Kasi pag lahat yun ginawa mo, alam mo yung blessings dire-diretso na. Di
I
ba?
know, I know.
So another one is always keep the faith. Yung tiwala sa Diyos, tiwala sa sarili mo, at tiwala sa ibang tao. Kasi lahat yun magagawa mo if you're really believe in yourself and stay positive lang tayo. The pandemic is here, but we're always keep ourselves positive na kaya natin lampasan to. Always find the purpose natin sa buhay at saka papaano tayo makakatulong sa iba. Yun ang aming goal. For
Diba?
this year.
And you were attaining it. I mean,
Yes.
nangyayari yan. At
Little by
alam,
little.
yeah, little by little. Alam niyo po ba, yung halamang gamot, hindi, actually, yung ka-herbal ba, nung nag-start yan, talaga nag-start lang sila during the pandemic. You have how many followers? Sa
200,000 lang naman.
200,000, di ba? Why? Because their purpose is to help others.
Yes.
Okay? Is to give value. Alam niyo po, during nangyari to, maraming tao na hindi naman nagkakasakit pa rin, 'di ba? Hindi naman it's always COVID, pero nagkakasakit.
Oh.
And now, ang isip kasi nila, ang nakwento sa akin ni Eyrin, is hindi lahat ng tao can afford to go to the hospital. Hindi lahat ng tao may pera para pampa-ospital. Tapos, lalo na sa mga probinsya. Diba? Ang hirap. What's good is they have thought, yung goal din nila doon is they want to teach people na, alam nyo ba, yung mga natural medicinal na is nakapaligid lang sa atin.
True.
Parang very possible na hindi mo kailangan yung mga immediate remedy. And nakikita ko yung sa page nila. Kasi it's a public page and later we're gonna show you yung kung anong itsura ng page para pag you can check it out. And mamaya meron din kami i-share kasi 10th month anniversary nila. It's a 10th month anniversary but they have 200,000 followers.
Yes.
Diba? And their sole intention was to help people to find a natural remedy na katulad yan, turmeric, yung mga oregano, yung basil, lahat yan sa public page nila, they are sharing. And some people, pag halimbawa, nakikita ko nga, when they're parang inquiring, ano po ba, ipipicture nila, di ba? Ipipicture nila, ano po ba ang problema, ano po ba ang pwedeng panggamot po dito? Yes. So, nakikita ko, everybody's interacting. Kasi hindi naman lahat, alam natin yung remedy, pero may kanya-kanyang sumasagot, ito ganito mo, kung anong dahon, minsan, dahon na mangga. Hindi ako medyo familiar, but na-educate ako being part of halamang gamot, di ba? Medicinal plant. And it's talagang malaki ang naitutulong sa mga tao na hindi ganun ka, hindi kaya na magdala agad sa ospital, 'di ba? And yung mga ano na yun, nakapaligid. Hindi natin alam, meron palang
Oo,
purpose na hindi lang yan parang pansahog, hindi lang basil,
ornamental. Oo.
'di ba? Na-share ni Greg yung basil is good for anxiety and
Yes.
stress. Alam niyo po ba yon? Hindi ko alam yon. Ang dalas ko ilagay sa pasta yan, hindi pala pag pinakuluan mo, tapos, 'di ba? So, check out their page. So, dahil dun sa intention na yon, they continue to grow and at the same time, nag-formulate din sila ng um, mga, yung meron silang rub. Tapos, Eyrin, one of the common na ano mo din, na share nyo din, na kailangan ng tao. Kasi hindi lahat ano yun, magnesium spray. Alam
Yes.
niyo po ba, yung na-formulate nila, hindi naman na-formulate, I mean, kasi maraming
Marami
magnesium
na
spray.
available.
But then they want to be able to share that as well to yung mga followers nila, 'di ba? So at a very reasonable price,
Oo.
'di ba? Kasi I am familiar with magnesium kasi si Rafi Tulfo, yung sumbong mo kay Tulfo, he is also
Endorser.
endorsing magnesium spray, but we also have na medyo syempre abot kaya, and now you have formulated your new magnesium gel,
Gel, yes.
diba? So everything kaya siya nagka-come up sa ganyan is because yan yung kailangan ng tao. So from there, from helping people, they're able to build business but not as para samantalahin ang mga pangangailangan ng tao, but to be able to help them na makuha nila yung mga ganitong produkto at a very reasonable
Reasonable
price.
price. Yes.
Diba? Hindi na kailangan taasan masyado yung presyo. Kasi,
Saka
diba?
every month, namimigay kami ng free.
I know, right? So actually, just in time, para dun sa ating mga viewers, so because it's their 10th month, every month, hindi every year, every month po namimigay po sila ng mga prizes, mga herbal, ngayon mamimigay sila ng bagong-bago na magnesium gel.
Yeah,
Na ano pa una, I know from my, 'di ba, na ang gel is mas mabilis ma-absorb. Okay? Mas mabilis siyang ma-absorb, so mas mabilis ang effect. So ano ba ang main purpose ng magnesium talaga?
Magnesium is available naman sa mga kasi magnesium is a mineral. So meron mga vegetables na available ang magnesium. Pero enough ba yung kinakain mo for magnesium? Okay, magnesium helps with the pain, lahat back pain, shoulder pain. We're not talagang nakakaganda siya. We're not telling na nakakagaling, pero nakakatulong. We're not claiming it, pero nakakatulong. It also helps with the stress kasi talagang when you use this, you feel something. Hindi man ganun kaagad-agad, hindi naman siya magic, but you feel something.
Diba?
Oo.
And si Eyrin then is as well nurse graduate.
Yes,
so, yung mga benefit ng mga ganyang natural minerals, diba, is, alam nila how it is. And si Greg, your husband, is, alam na alam niya kasi engineer siya. Actually, meron silang YouTube channel na
Herbolaryong engineer?
Tongue twister yun. Herbolaryong engineer, wherein tinuturo nila paano mag-mix nung, alam ba yung sa turmeric, yung paano yun, nakita ko I've seen some of the videos talaga. Siyempre, hindi naman kasabihin lang, makukuha na nila kung paano gagawin. No? So, merong video na tinuturo kung paano yung natural remedy na malaking matutulong ng mga tao, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, but also sa mga migrants natin, mga OFW natin na siyempre, lalo na doon sa ibang bansa, mahal ang mag-hospital. And so, if they can find yung mga natural remedy na malapit dito sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Malaking tulong din. So kung check out niyo po yung halaman
Gamot.
gamot, medicinal plant. Kasi yun, yung public page, okay, meron kasi silang tatlo. Miguel, pakita naman natin yung yung Facebook page. Yan. Si Ka-herbal, ako, yan yung you can buy yung online, yung mga products, di ba? Nandyan yung rub, nandyan yung magnesium spray, at saka yung
Magnesium gel.
magnesium gel. Tongue twister. So yan, sa Ka-herbal ako. Ngayon, yung next nila, which is ginawa nila para magkaroon ng, ayan, nakita nyo, 200,000 members. All over the world yan, na mga Pilipino. Meron, pinakita sa akin ni Greg, karamihan ay nasa Middle East. Di ba? Middle East sa mga Pilipino natin, mga OFW. So, malabang gamot, yan yung parang, forum, di ba? Diyan nag-exchange ng, you can ask them question, you can share your knowledge as well para matulungan natin yung mga nangangailangan ng mga alternative medicine, na natural medicine, di ba? At sila, even Eyrin and Greg, are answering those queries. So yan, that keeps you busy, di ba? Yung pagtatanong sa kanila, ay pagtatanong nila kung paano, yan. So meron yung mga even allergies, mga sipon, nakikita ko from
Mga simple.
mga chat na pwede namang remedyohan nang hindi dinadala sa ospital. Kasi lalo na ngayon sa ospital, may iba nagko-COVID testing pa. Di ba?
Ang mahal ng swab test.
Oo. Yeah, kasama na yun. Hindi pa kasama yun. Tapos may doctor's fee pa. Medyo, diba, naiintindihan naman natin ang mga pinagdadaanan ng mga Pilipino. And so, also, syempre, itong halamang gamot medicinal plants. Pag nakita nyo po yan, mag-join. Actually, hindi nyo kailangan mag-join kasi public group yan. So, you can just scroll down kung ano yung mga, at pwede po kayo magtanong at si Eyrin and Greg will be happy to help you na doon sa inyong suliranin. Minsan naman, may iba na, halimbawa, pag hindi available si Eyrin, may sumasagot. Oo, mga mababait din na ating mga kababayan na meron din knowledge about that. So it's kumbaga, bayanihan, kawang gawa, di ba? Kung alam nila yung sagot, they do recommend as well. So, yan ang isang grupo na kailangan nating maging part para mas matulungan tayo when it comes to, lalong-lalo na sa pandemya. And itong YouTube channel nila, ang Herbolaryong Engineer. Di ba? You would never thought, kasi engineer. Pero, ang dami niyang alam sa herbs. So, syempre, kailangan matutukan, ang hirap tutukan ng Facebook at YouTube, di ba? But still, kahit papano, yan, meron siyang tips paano, ano yung pinakahuli niya, tapos yung turmeric powder tea, tapos yung pang-pahid-pahid, yung unang video. So, check out that. At tapos, sa Facebook page nila, mas active sila sa Facebook page. You can interact, ask them question para makatulong ngayong pandemya. Yon. So, Eyrin, anong tip pa ang pwede mong ma-share sa kanila na experience mo, na natutunan, di ba? Sa lahat ng challenges, meron tayong natututunan to make us better, a stronger person. So, what ang pinakamalaking impact na realize mo during this pandemic?
Ako, always be a blessing to other.
Yeah.
Kahit maliit lang siya, kahit hindi naman cash, kahit advice lang, malaking tulong to. Alam mo yung ma-relieve mo lang kahit papaano yung kanilang anxiety, lahat yun. Kasi everything will follow. Lahat mag-ano na lang, go with the wave, lahat yan. So always think to help. Lagi mo isipin na makatulong ka, lagi mo isipin maging blessing ka sa kanila. Huwag ka nang maghintay ng kapalit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yun lang, always be a blessing to others.
Malaking bagay na yun, I mean, to be a
Oo.
blessing to others. Kasi even if you don't expect, hindi naman sila magbibigay ng reward
Hindi.
sa'yo.
Kahit nga hindi
Yung
sila
mas,
mag-thank you, okay lang eh. Diba?
yung,
May mga
yung pinakamataas ang magbibigay ng,
oo.
yung ating creator, magbibigay ng reward. At pag siya ang nagbigay ng reward, ay nako, napaka-extravagant.
Siksik
Diba? Oo, very overwhelming. So,
totoo.
Eyrin, i-plug mo naman yung ano natin, yung anniversary, 10th anniversary. So, what time yon?
Tonight at 8 p.m. after your program, we will celebrate our 10th monthsary. Yan, ng halamang gamot, medicinal plant. We're giving away, pwede ba show yung product?
Yeah, please. Oo.
Yan, we're giving away 100 pieces of this for free. Kasi meron kaming donors na nagbigay din. So we're giving away this for free for 100 manonood sa aming live later. At then, 10th month natin. Mamayang 8
Diba?
Yes.
And some supplements as well,
Yes,
diba?
po.
Kasi syempre, importante yan. I was able to be makapagbigay kahit papano sa ating mga halamang gamot na ka-herbal na followers, and I hope maging makatulong po sa inyo ngayong pandemic, and very excited dyan sa inyong, pero nyo 10 month pa lang, 10th month, because di ba, because ang genuine
Grabe.
for helping people, and sama-sama sila. And 200,000 in 10 months. How amazing is that? If you really genuinely care for people who are in need. Diba? And any last words para kasi I don't want to take too much of your time kasi magpe-prepare ka pa sa live mo. Diba? Any last words sa ating mga audience?
First, we would like to thank Miss Kate Constantino kasi in-unleash mo yung aking something in me. Thanks for donating.
The fire in you. Yes.
Yes, thanks for donating. Mamaya mamimigay kami nito. Thank you very much. And to all the people, not only to all the women, lahat tayo, let's keep helping each other. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's sharing each other, and do not forget that God, we all have our purpose. May dahilan ng Diyos sa lahat bakit nangyayari.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I firmly believe that. And thank you so much for your time. I know you are busy. Nagkataon na same tayo. Same time. Buti na lang ang blessing ni God, di ba? Na 8 o'clock ka raw, tapos pero tayo mag-share sa ating mga audience, di ba? And to know more na actually, when it comes to health, hindi lang po gamot ang solusyon. Marami pong mga natural remedies na pwede po tayong na pwede makatulong, di ba, para sa ating mga first aid. Yeah, mga first aid. So follow halamang gamot and be a part of helping community. Di ba? So thank you so much, Eyrin, and God bless, and more power to Ka-herbal and halamang gamot.
Thank you.
Bye! Ayan, di ba? Ako din po, ngayon din lang po ako nagkakaroon ng mga ganyang parang knowledge when it comes to, di ba, marami palang tulong na pwede without taking medicine. Even anxiety at saka stress. Di ba? Who would know? Ako, hindi ko alam talaga, honestly. But Basil does. And merong mga testimony. And I hope doon sa pag-share nyo. Yeah, hi Charito de la Cruz. Thank you so much. Wow, talagang wow, di ba? Hindi natin may expect na yung basil, ngunguyain ko na yan. Joke. Hindi, di ba, syempre, normal naman po yung magkaroon kayo ng anxiety and stress, but then try to learn how to stay in the present para hindi tayo ma-overwhelm. It is overwhelming kung makikinig kayo ng balita and knowing that every time may tumataas ang ating COVID case and hindi siya, di ba? Actually, it's a blessing kasi last almost 10,000, ngayon 9,000, di ba? Pero parang small things, we have to think of it is a blessing para ma-stay na, para makapag-stay positive tayo. There's always something to be grateful. And if we stay on that path and not always the negative, di ba? Malaking tulong po yun. And yeah, sana maka-join din kayo dun sa Ka-herbal at manalo kayo ng 100 na magnesium gel. My mom's using it. Ako yung magnesium spray ang ginagamit ko. Kasi ang ano naman niya is the varicose veins. Siyempre, kahit naman may edad, siyempre gusto mo pa rin maganda yung legs, no? And for women, yan ang, hindi ko alam sa men kung madalas silang magkaroon ng varicose veins. But for women, even simple as that, di ba? Kayang makakatulong para ma-lighten, di ba? Para ma-maintain natin yung ating kagandahan legs talaga. Miguel, meron pa, Lizelle Hernandez, Marie Hernandez. I'm so excited to watch kay Isabelle po. Yes, don't go away. We'll be right back and our interview with our millennial, my youngest guest. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Bye.
Magbabalik ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Listen to the song of adoration of our Abba Father.
There is a name that I'll boast and be proud.
And the angelic vocal interpretation of our very own Filipino gospel singer, Sheena Lee. Yahweh, a song of worship, composed and performed by Sheena Lee. Yahweh deserves all the honor and glory alone. Out now in all digital platforms and here on V81 Radio.
You deserve the honor and glory alone. You deserve the honor and glory alone.
Good news para sa mga kababayan natin abroad. Mapapanood nyo na ang inyong mga paboritong V81 radio shows sa Amazon Fire TV. Simple lang ang gawin. Hanapin lang ang V81 TV app and install. Tiyak na wala kayong mamimiss na episodes na gusto nyo dahil mapapanood nyo na ito anytime and anywhere you want. Gamit ang Amazon Fire TV. Tandaan lang, just install V81 TV app and you're good to go. Another first from V81 Radio Worldwide. Balikan na natin ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Yan. Okay. And for our final guest, of course, itong guest ko na to is the youngest ever na-interview ko dito sa Empowered Women Global. And I'm very privileged kasi despite of her busy schedule, talagang napaunlakan po tayo niya to be interviewed and share her insight and advice as well. Ngayon nga po, nasa US siya. So it's really something na kailangan namin mag-work together to be able to make this possible. And for siyempre, yung last episode of Empowered Women Global should be or must be a very special one. So, ang ating guest is a beauty queen, an actress, a singer, and a songwriter. And of course, our multinational 2019 representative. With no further ado, Miss Isabelle Daza Leon.
Hi! Good morning, Miss Kim.
Hello, Isabelle. Sab.
Yes.
Ang nickname. So, thank you so much for being here. Talagang it's really, kailangan nating pag-usapan talaga yung ating time difference, no? To be able to do this.
Make this possible.
What time is it now there, Sab?
Right now, it's 9:20 a.m.
9:20. And dito sa Philippines is 12:20 a.m. na rin. At least
Oh my
pareho.
gosh! Late na sa inyo!
Oo. Pero buti na lang I'm a late bloomer.
Ay, beautiful pa din.
Oo.
Mm.
Grabe, no? So, um, do you want to greet your friends, your family first before we start our
Ayan.
interview?
Good morning, everybody. Isabelle de Leon here, and I'm truly grateful to be part of your show. Miss Kate, it's nice to virtually meet you, and I hope to meet you real soon.
Oh, I know. Sabi ni Daddy, kamustahin natin naman si Daddy, Papa. Diba?
Okay.
Hi, Pa. So, Papa, you'll be back by June,
Yes,
no?
for the
So let's
coronation.
talk about, syempre, your upcoming competition, ang Miss International 2019. So, hindi tayo attend ng competition because it was canceled.
Correct.
No? So, ngayon pa lang yung competition. Where will it be ba?
It's going to be held in New Delhi, India, June 17 to 27.
Okay.
And
okay.
actually, Miss Kate, sabi, according to the Miss World Philippines organization, yung batch daw namin yung isa sa may pinaka-longest reign. Dahil nga, ang tagal namin hawak yung crown. Di ba dapat 1 year, ipapasa mo na siya. Ang tagal namin nag-reign sadly, because of the pandemic. So, yun.
Pero wala din masyadong magawang activity though.
Correct.
Diba? Kasi
limited, yes.
Limited. Anyway, so ano yung mga preparation mo for now? I mean, I know that when you're there, you have talaga yung intense preparation, diba? And may mga media coverage pa and everything. So while you're in the US, how do you prepare yourself for the competition?
I try to stay in shape. I try to run every morning. So I wake up at around 7 a.m. I do my morning run. I take my coffee, and then I do some workouts, sit-ups, yung pasarela also, and yung most especially yung Q&A. So I try to stay up to date with the latest issues, news, yun po. So yeah.
Yun. Diba? And syempre, strict diet tayo. Kasi sa US,
Ang hirap!
Ang daming temptation dyan.
Mahirap, opo.
Oo. Ang sasarap ng mga pagkain at saka ang daming mga selection. So, anyways, good luck to that.
Grabe yung good luck.
Good luck. Kasi kung ako, ang hirap din talaga mapigilan, hindi kumain dyan. So, are you excited? I mean, are you excited or are you scared or concerned about this upcoming competition? Kasi it's going to be in India as well. So, medyo I'm not sure how much yung COVID case nila right now.
Correct. Medyo mataas ngayon yung cases sa India.
Talaga. Here kasi, unfortunately, I mean, for the past couple of days, it's been 7,000, 8,000, 7,000, tapos 8,000 today. So, kaya ngayon we are GCQ. So, until April 4, after Holy Week, kasi to avoid yung mga intercity, diba? Siyempre, mabakasyon yung mga tao, so they wanna avoid that. Okay. So, I've seen some of your videos, especially during the Miss World Philippines 2019, and I love all your answer. Siyempre, it's really genuinely, you can see that you really want to help other people, especially women then, diba? And one of your reasons for joining, kasi sometimes people will ask, bakit sumali pa siya sa beauty contest? Already you're an actress na, you're a singer and a songwriter, so you have everything in the entertainment. And then sumali ka pa dito sa beauty contest. But then I heard the reason why you joined is because you believe what they stand for, and that's beauty with a purpose. So how, in your own words, how do you describe that or explain that in your own words?
Um,
If you would.
even hello.
Yeah.
Ayan. Sorry kasi medyo parang nag-choppy po yung huling sentence po ninyo. But I got the ano naman po, yung question. Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Ayan,
Go.
ayan. Beauty with the purpose. Kasi even before I joined the pageant, my dad would always take me to charity events as early as like
Okay.
6 years old. I was 6 years
Talaga.
old and I wasn't aware of yung gaano ka lungkot yung pinagdadaanan ng mga, like for example, I would attend yung kids battling cancer. Then lahat sila sasabihin ng daddy ko, sige makipaglaro ka sa kanila kasi ano yan, pasayahin mo sila. At first, I wouldn't understand bakit ganun, bakit nauubos yung buhok nila and all that, yung pinagdadaanan nila kung gaano ka seryoso. And then growing up, dun ko nakita na dapat pala maging grateful ako sa ano ko, what I have, because not everybody is given given a chance, even alam mo yun, yung simpleng mayakap mo yung pamilya mo, 'di ba, na mas mahabang panahon. Yung the gift of time. So ayun po, growing up, I've always been active po with different advocacies and charities, and it really adjusted the way I see life. And so, especially when I started playing music, now I had a way to give back and that's my way of saying thank you na binigyan ako ng ganitong talento na I can play music and write songs. Dun po ako mas lalo pang bumukas yung aking mundo pagdating sa yung really reaching out to people and na a life bigger than just yourself, a life with purpose. So yun po. So when I joined the pageant, it kind of just gave me a more of an amplified platform, amplified voice where people could really listen kasi maraming mga pageant fans at maingay sila sa social media and everything. Nakakatuwa kasi it's entertaining and marami pong passionate when it comes to pageantry, and higit sa lahat, nakakatuwa dahil dito kung meron kang mensahe or meron kang gustong bigyan ng boses, kagaya ng mga bata na nawalan ng boses because they're either abused or they have trauma, you can give them that voice na ninakaw sa kanila. So, ayun po.
Yeah, that's true, no? And talagang you're very lucky that your dad was able to yun talagang i-expose to you what's really going on, diba, in this world, that it's not perfect, that there are somebody, kasi people sometimes think simpleng problema because they're not exposed to reality. They think that pasakan nila yung daigdig. And with you, by the age of 6 years old, you already know the difference until you grow old. Na-appreciate mo small things you are grateful for.
Yes.
And after that, you find yourself on how to be able to give back to all the blessings, kahit ba singing or yung entertaining yung mga ating mga less fortunate is a big thing already because they look up to you and they get inspired with who you are and how you are to them, di ba? So yeah, thank you. How do you call Papa? Papa ba, Daddy? Papa?
Dad din, Dad.
Dad, yan. So thank you, Dad, for raising Isabelle.
Hi din sa mami ko. Hi, Mami.
Hi, Mami.
Ayan na. Ano siya, nandito siya eh.
Mami!
Ayan,
Ay,
si
hindi
Mami
nakita
ko.
kong sexy kanina.
Yes.
When we were trying to figure out yung Zoom
Ating stream natin. Opo,
correct.
correct.
So, hi, Mami. Hope you are doing great.
Yes.
How often do you visit Mom ba?
Every now and then, I would stay for a few months here in the US para to catch up with the family
Or
and
even
my younger
with
siblings.
COVID, last year, were you able to go or no?
Yes, I was able to go.
You were able
Kasi
naman.
meron naman parang allowed yung certain people to go in and out of the country.
Yeah.
So unless kumbaga magta-travel ka lang para magbakasyon and all that, medyo hindi pinapayagan ng US government. Pero alam po, my whole family lives here po eh. So yun, okay
So
naman.
they're probably very excited to see you again kasi it's been a while na hindi tayo pwedeng mag-travel. So, pag-usapan naman natin yung all about your advocacy, and I've seen that as well, and na-mention din nila yan during the Miss World 2019 that you are an advocate of kanlungan.
Bahay kanlungan.
Bahay kanlungan. Can you tell us more about the bahay kanlungan? So how long have you been an advocate of bahay kanlungan?
It's been quite a while now. Mga kids po kasi to, it's a shelter for kids that are abused, and yun, that's why I work with them po. So we do yung like for example yung mga events po nila, nakapag-sponsor po kami ng some of their Christmas parties, and yun po. Ang nakakalungkot lang kasi yung mga bata po na nandoon, they are robbed of their childhood eh. So it's so hard to see a sort of inspiration or light through that dark situation po. So yun, kaya po naisip ko na sila po yung maging inspirasyon ko sa paglaban sa Miss Multinational.
Kasi yan ang ating future. Okay.
And sorry. Ano po? Ano yung mga
inaalagaan natin, 'di ba? Yung mga bata because they are our future. So if they would be, and one thing na gusto ko talaga they're very grateful.
Correct.
Of the things you give to them. Napakasimple ng kaligayahan nila. Like other people that yung mga medyo may mature na, diba? Minsan, sometimes yung natutulungan mo, parang it's not enough. So, with kids, it's always, they're very happy, and seeing them very happy, nakakataba ng puso, and the more you want to do. So, pagbalik mo, I would like to do something as well dyan sa mga, sa bahay kanlungan. Is it Quezon City ba?
Sa Antipolo po.
Antipolo. So, kasi I research on it. May iba-iba eh. Marami. I think may Quezon City. That's why I thought it was also for women. So, nasa Antipolo. Sige, exciting. Sige. We'll do a project dyan for the kids as well. Wow! Women age.
Nako, nakakatuwa naman yun, Miss Kate. I'm sure the kids would be so happy about it.
So, yeah. Ano pa? So, you chose this because you have this parang soft part para sa mga bata.
Yes po.
Do you see yourself parang pag nakikita mo sila, or
in a way, yes, opo. Kasi 'di ba I started as a child actor din, tapos kumbaga you see their potential, their talents, pero dahil nga meron maaga silang nasubok ng buhay, they have that stumbling block, and they need that extra push and motivation to help them reach their full potential. So, yun po. Yun ang
okay. Well, yeah, sige. Looking forward to do a project with you doon sa bahay kanlungan. I'm very excited to meet them. And so sweet bataan. Ayun, ng mga bata talaga.
So, thank you, Miss Kate.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure for me. And then, let's talk about naman, alam mo, different generation have different ways of handling what's going on now.
Correct.
We have a global pandemic. Everybody's affected. So, with millennials like you, I can see na you're a very strong person. And I know that you have found your way to work around this. Meron pa kasi iba na still hoping na, ano na lang, pagkatapos na lang ng pandemic at saka ako kikilos. Tsaka ako gagawa ng something to earn extra money because it's pandemic, ang hirap kumita. So, for you, how were you able to work around? Diba? Nahirapan ka bang i-accept at first? Or were you parang in denial na, or something that you're thinking na, ay, sandali lang to, it will pass. Diba? So, how were you able to accept the fact that this is the new norm already and we're not going back anymore dun sa dating buhay natin? And so would you like to share yung or tips on how are you able to work around and move on to the new norm?
I think it's important to first acknowledge how we're feeling, acknowledge yung fear, the fear of the future, uncertainty, yung anxiety. We can't deny and don't yung play it down na no, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I'm not okay. And mahalaga siguro na i-acknowledge po natin yon sa ating sarili para we can start somewhere and actually to find a way on how to yung reprogram our minds.
Yeah.
I think yun, mahalaga na ma-acknowledge po natin yung pakiramdam na yun. And then, what next? Okay, I feel afraid. Despite the fear, how am I gonna survive this? And unfortunately, not everyone po is given the same privilege na I get to work, 'di ba, na isa mga lockdown taping po. Not everybody is blessed with that. So if there's a way na you can help out through donation drives, food donation drives, and to help out yung mga frontliners natin, we should do it no matter how small it is. There is no such thing as a small act of kindness. Ang laki po nung impact nun sa puso ng mga taong makakatanggap nun, and it's gonna be a ripple effect. I think this is the time that we should unite and really yung bayanihan, the spirit of bayanihan, na magkaisa po tayo, and then maybe we can move forward together if we're united and if we help each other out, yung local businesses. And yun po, kasi kung mag-move forward tayo ng tayo lang mag-isa, it's gonna be really hard, but together it's gonna be possible.
Yes, I do agree 100% on that. Actually, one of the greatest problem ngayon is having anxiety, and when you have that, it goes down to depression.
Correct.
And one of the things na pwedeng mangyari is you really have to accept. There's no turning back.
Exactly.
And a lot of people have seen the opportunity in this crisis as well.
Exactly.
Naging successful, ang daming mga nakadiscover ng talents nila that they didn't even think that they would do that because nawala na yung passion nila sa ginagawa. All they think is like, we have to work, we have to pay the bills, we have to pay the rents and stuff. But now it's here, you're at home. It made me parang naisip mo, what are the things dun sa mga na nakahanap or naka-accept on the reality of life now. And that is why I do a lot of group coaching on Empowered Women PH, and just to help them how to accept and what are the things to do when they feel when they have anxiety,
anxious,
stress. Kasi not only do you need to be physically well, you have to be mentally stable as well.
Even more, actually. More. Because if you feel negatively to inside, it's gonna reflect sa stress, yung mawala ka ng appetite, bababa ang immune system mo. It's gonna be a domino effect. So, napakahalaga na we take care of our mental health.
Yeah. And so, how about your final words? At saka yung mga tip dun sa mga people who still having difficulty or struggling how to accept what we have right now, especially sa yung generation, what best work for you, di ba? Na strategy.
I think it's important to adjust our perspective and reprogram our way of thinking, our minds. Kagaya nga po na nabanggit natin kanina, mahalaga na alagaan natin yung ating yung sa loob, yung inside, the person inside, and then magpa-follow na lang yung sa labas. Mahalaga na we readjust our perspective that instead of seeing it, oh no, as a disaster, although it is unfortunate, na mahirap talaga yung crisis na ito. But then we can also see it in a way na in every crisis there's an opportunity.
Correct.
And then
Yeah.
I think it's in just a matter of placement, like placing ourselves, like for example, food deliveries, nag-boom ang business ng mga food deliveries, yung mga ating mga drivers natin na nagde-deliver, yung mga air filtration systems or apps or really anything na yung alcohol isopropyl alcohol business
Ang daming
nag-boom.
lumabas.
Correct. So I
Dami.
think it's just really a way of readjusting the way we see things and then adjusting our footing para makasabay tayo sa agos na ito and hopefully we'll survive together.
Well, we'll definitely survive. Alam mo naman ng mga Pinoy, talagang very resilient yung mga yan. We just have to need like a little bit push. Kasi alam mo naman, it's normal naman to feel down sometimes.
Oh, yes. Totoo. Mahirap.
Yes.
Totoo po.
Minsan sabay-sabay yan, sabay-sabay. But if you know how to handle it and if you are mentally prepared of what's going on, then it will be easy for us. Kaya nga yan. So, maraming salamat.
That's it! Nakakabitin naman yan, Miss K.
Part 2 pa tayo. Di ba?
Yes.
Kailangan pagbalik mo ay tayo ay mas lalong magkukwentuhan because I don't want to take too much of your time. Alam mo naman, ang time difference natin magkaiba.
But I had so much fun po.
And,
Salamat.
thank you. And I'm looking forward to another interview with you. And hopefully, yung magkalapit na tayo, hindi yung magkatabi lang tayo sa screen, di ba?
Yes, hopefully.
And hopefully everything goes well here in the Philippines. And mag-okay na. Huminto na yung pag-increase ng ating COVID cases.
Yes, wear your masks. Always
nga.
sanitize your hands.
Face shield.
Okay.
Ayan, may face shield. How's the, ano naman, you're in Seattle, tama ba?
Correct.
Seattle. How's the COVID case there?
Dito, of course, cases are still high, pero may mga somehow nakaka-experience naman din ng hindi ganun ka-strict. As long as you're wearing your mask, you can, some restaurants are open and they offer dine-in.
They offer
Pero
dine-in.
mostly take-out pa rin naman. Pero marami pong restaurants dito na pwede mag-dine-in as long as may distancing and you wear your mask. Some museums are open. So,
talaga?
opo. Medyo ano po siya, mas may, kalayaan naman kahit papaano.
Pero what I learned is, heard from the news, yung meron ngayon mga Asian
hate crime.
Hate crime. So hopefully wala naman dun sa Seattle na mga cases o meron na din. Nagkaroon na din dyan.
Mahirap, but I think it has always been difficult for people of color, yung mga minorities, Asian, African American people. But ayun, so you just really have to be careful and yung ganun talaga mahirap That's why mahalaga yung kagaya po ninyo na I was just about to say, Miss Kate, na like this show, Anchor Empowered Women Global, the world needs more people like you who has a positive voice like us. Yes, na you need to hear more of yung kindness and inspiration and motivation para mas malakas yung boses natin kaysa sa mga hate crime na yan.
Yeah. Well, keep safe there and I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for your time. I know medyo maaga tayo nag meeting, but fresh ka pa rin kahit sobrang aga. Parang sa akin, 7 o'clock yung buhay.
Ikaw din naman. Fresh din for 1 a.m.
Okay na yung late. At regards to Mom, thank you so much, Mom, for helping out Sam kanina. I can see na tinutulungan ka na din. Figure out yung ating challenge kanina, pero hindi tayo sumuko.
Correct.
Oo, yung mga, anong tawag doon?
Strong and independent women.
Yeah. And okay, so Dekra, thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank
Great
you.
week. And God bless you always.
God
Bye.
bless you also. Bye.
Bye.
Magbabalik ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Isang masayang April na naman ang inyong aabangan sa Home Not Alone Season 3 kasama si Papa Gio, Karen Sita, Kelvin Miranda, and Mikey Quintos, Sams David, P6, and Kiray. Kaya mag-ready na sa all-out na kwentuhan, kulitan at kantahan this April sa Home Not Alone Season 3 kasama si Papa Gio. Wednesdays 7 p.m. California time o Thursdays 10 a.m. Philippine time. Dito lang yan syempre sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles. In observance of the Holy Week, V81 Radio will be on pause starting Good Friday, April 2 to Black Saturday, April 3. Regular programming will resume on Easter Sunday, April 4. In the meantime, you can still watch your favorite shows on V81 Radio YouTube channel and on V81 Radio Facebook page. Inspirational songs and your favorite Pinoy easy listening music are still available on your V81 Radio mobile app 24 hours a day. Have a blessed and meaningful Lenten season. Balikan na natin ang Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Yan. And that concludes our 3 guests, 3 generation, di ba? Grabe, ang dami. I hope marami kayong natutunan, no? And I was able to learn a lot of things as well, coming from all their experiences, their insights about life. And syempre, Miguel, yung ating quote, naiiwan ko para sa inyo for the last episode of Empowered Women Global. Yan, always believe something wonderful is about to happen. Whatever happens po, kung ngayon is not a good day for you, but always look forward that there is wonderful thing that's going to happen. There will, for sure. Kung lahat ng mga, as you can see, lahat from all generations ng aking guests, they always believe that, life, whatever you're experiencing right now, there's always a purpose. And when you overcome this, you become a better person. You become stronger. No? And of course, let me say thank you to Sir Rally, to Miguel, my tech. Maraming salamat. To John, it has been a privilege to be part and share in my own little way ang insight, and I hope I was able to help the community of V81. And I'm always still going to be, you can follow me at Empowered Women PH. I will be there as well, still sharing, empowering, trying to give empowerment, women empowerment to all our women. And so, Sir Ali, Miguel, John, maraming salamat. And always remember, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are blessed, and you are always loved. Thank you so much sa lahat ng mga viewers. I'm sorry wasn't able to batiin lahat dahil talagang I want to be able to give all as much as advice, insight to you before we end this program. So I love you so much. God bless and have a great week. Take care. Bye. See you.
Ang programang magbibigay ng estadong lakas sa mga kababaihan. Ang programang kakampi mo makikinig, magbibigay tulong at gabay sa inyong mga suliranin as migrant Filipinas. Empowered Women Global. Kasama si Kate Constantino. Tuwing linggo, 6 p.m. Philippine Time. Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.